Alright, hello guys, welcome to this 3x3 Rubik's Cube tutorial. Now as you can see, we have plenty of other cubes, but we're not going to learn how to solve them. But this tutorial could help you solve the final stage of the 5x5 and even the 7x7, and all the way up to any cube. Now, some of them, like 4x4, require parity, but that's not this tutorial. This tutorial is a 3x3, but we're not using this cube. So, every year, if you are somewhat a cuber and you know what GAN is a Rubik's Cube Speed Cube company. And every year, they release a flagship. Well, this year was the 14 Maglev. It costs $90. And in my opinion, it's the best Rubik's Cube that there is on the market. But there are good speed cubes for $10. But, yeah. And look, it even opens like that. We've opened it before, but yeah. And it comes in a box. It opens with the button. Oh, look, it's checkered. Cool. So you can solve that. Alright, so let's go ahead and get on with this tutorial. So the first step is scrambling our cube. So just apply a random scramble to it, and so on and so forth. Okay, so now we have applied a scramble. Oh, I kind of gave myself a head start. It's fine. Alrighty, now we have applied a scramble. So, first step we need to do, and this kind of depends. This is kind of a beginner's method. There are more advanced methods, but if you're a beginner, this is the easiest method. So, let me just scramble it more because the method I'm teaching you needs to. So, the first step you want to do in a Rubik's Cube is getting what they call it the white flower or white daisy. So, see. Well, first, let's look at the center. So, see these middle pieces right here? Now, that one has a logo on it, but, like, this one's orange, the center is orange, blue, red, and then white and yellow. Those are called center pieces. So, when I say white center, that means this, because the center is white. Now, let's say I say edge piece. An edge piece is the piece in the middle between the corners. So these are the corners. They're in the corner of, well, in 2D a square, but in reality a cube. So like the corner. So the edge is the piece with 2 colors on it. Then the corner has 3. So centerpiece has 1 color. And edge pieces have 2 colors. And corner pieces have 3. And if you break the laws of Rubik's Cubes, you can twist the corners, but no, we're not doing that. Alright, so first step, like I said, get the white daisy. And they call it that because you're going to surround it with white edges. So, we have a white edge here already. So, that's good. Let's say you don't. So, let's just say, alright. So, you're going to be looking around the cube for white edges. So you can see these are a lot of white edges. Now, these are corners. So if you would do that, or, well, let me show you something. So this is not the white daisy or white flower, whatever you want to call it, because it's not surrounded in edges. These are corners. So you need to get the edges. So you need to find the white edges. So let's look around the cube. Can you spot it? Right there. That is a white edge because remember at the beginning, edge has 2 colors. So this has 2 colors and one of them is white. So we'll use this. So we need to look at it. Where is the yellow center? So remember centers? Yeah. So that's the white. So just look around the cube. Oh, keep your finger on the edge. There's the yellow center. So we need to get this white right next to the yellow. So how advanced cubers do it is like this. You can get it there easy. But let's say you're a beginner. So you have to break it down. And sometimes you just have to try around with the moves. But this needs to get right there. So you can't just do this. Or like, you can't just have it like this and say it's a white daisy because the white is not next to the yellow. So to do it, we need to get it in a way that it is easy for us to just move it up to it like that. So, to do that, there's a few ways we could do it. If it's facing you, just turn it like this. Turn the front face like this. And then it's easy to just turn it up and then you have your first edge. Or you could do it the other way. Turn it up like this and put it up like that. But if you're right-handed, or really any-handed, it's easier to just do it like that. And then you have your first edge. Next, you need to look at for another edge. So, we have one here. So, remember how we're going to do it? We're going to put it in a place where it's easy to turn up like that, especially if it's facing you. You can turn it like that, and then just turn it up to the yellow center to create half of it, half of the yellow daisy or white daisy. Okay, now, there are different possibilities. So we have two, but we've only dealt with them either in the top layer and then putting them in the middle layer to put them up in the very last layer. Now, what if they're in the bottom layer already by the white? All we have to do, we find it if it's on right next to the white, and we look at it. And we hold the cube like this so that it's right on the bottom, and then follow with your finger to see directly what's right on top of it on the opposite side. If you hit white, so what I mean by opposite side, take the green, travel through all these pieces until you reach this piece. What color is it? White. So, if there's already a white piece there, you can't turn it up because then it'll put this other piece on the bottom. So to put it up there without destroying any of these other pieces, all you have to do is turn this so that there's an open spot, and then you can turn the cube so that the piece goes up to form 3/4 of the white daisy. Now, let's say another case. The white is in the bottom layer, but it's not next to the white. This time it's facing this way. You can't just turn it to an open spot and then turn it up twice, because then it's kind of flipped. So instead, we have to put it in this layer. So how you would normally do that is like this, because then we can turn it up. But, rewind. When you do that, see how this edge piece leaves the yellow? That means we destroyed it. So, this is how we have to do it. So, you have to turn the top layer so that right above it is an open slot. So, is there an open slot now? No, because if we turn this, it destroys that piece, the white edge piece. Let's turn it again. Now is it open? No, because when you turn it, it destroys that green and white. Yeah. So now let's turn it again. Now is it open? Yes, because when you turn it, it doesn't destroy a white edge piece. So we're going to turn it this way so that we can see. We're going to make this over there. All you have to do is turn this so that it's in the second layer. Now you do it how you normally do it. But you can't put it up because then, can you catch it? What happened? If you can, leave a timestamp in the comments, because when you did that, look what it destroys. Why is it? It destroys that. So, just like the other case, you keep on turning it till it's open. Now is it open? Yes, because when we do this turn, it doesn't destroy any white. So when you do that, if that's all the cases, you should have solved the white daisy, which is the first step in solving your first Rubik's Cube. Okay, so the next step is getting the white cross. So to do that, we have to make this, but on the bottom, so that the yellow kind of turns into the white. But we can't just do this and turn it all down like this, because when you do that, it may look like the white cross, but all the centers are not aligned. See how the red is, but the blue and green isn't, or the orange and blue. So, to do it, to make those align, which is the second step, you have to just, it's kind of simple. I'm about to show you. Okay, so we're going to pick a lucky edge on the yellow daisy. So, let's pick this one. I don't know why, just random. So, you're going to look at that edge. It is a white edge because white is one of the colors, and it is an edge because there are two colors. Now that we've done the white daisy, though, we have to take into account the second color. What color is this color? Orange. So, that piece, these are the centers, right? Correct. So, you're going to take this white edge and see how it's orange. Turn these two bottom layers until the orange matches up with the orange center. So, is it matched up now? No, it's not. So, let's keep on going. Is it matched up now? No. So, let's keep on going. Is it matched up now? Yes, because the orange and the orange match. So now we're going to take this front side and turn it down. So we have 1/4 of our white cross. And then we have the matching centers too. So now let's pick another piece. I'm going to pick blue because it's already aligned. So we'll just turn it down. And yeah. So now we're going to pick another piece. So let's pick this piece. So we're going to keep on turning the bottom two layers until you find it. So let's do it. Do they match now? No. Keep on turning. Do they match now? No. Keep on turning. Do they match now? Yes, they do. So you can just turn it down. And then for the last one, it's not any different. You do the same old thing. So you keep on turning it. Match, no. Match, yes. And then you turn it down. And then you have your white cross, and then all these colors are aligned. So now, the next step in solving the Rubik's Cube is getting the white corners. So remember what a corner is? A corner is a color with 3 colors. So you're going to have finished the white side, but also the first layer. So we need to look in the top layer for, let's say, white corner pieces. So, let's look around. Ooh, right there is one because white is one of the corners. So, all you're going to do is to look at the other colors of it. And don't worry, this is not the only case. I'm going to explain every case of what might be. But, for this one, you're going to look at these colors. So, blue and orange. So, blue is already right here, but orange, no, that's the red centerpiece. This is orange. So, turn the bottom 2 layers. Now, blue, yes, orange, yes. They don't have to be exactly matched up, but you see how orange and blue and orange are like right here? Same thing with that. So now you're going to hold or keep that white piece on top of where it needs to go. It needs to go here because of the orange and blue. Yeah. And you're going to repeat this sequence of moves. Our very first algorithm that we need to know, it's only 4 turns. R, U, R prime, U prime. So, what it means by that is right, up, right counterclockwise, up counterclockwise. So this is what it looks like visually. So we have the white piece above that. R, U, R prime, U prime. So, is it solved? No. And every time, keep on checking if it's solved. If it's not solved, then do it again. R, U, R prime, U prime. Is it solved? No. Let's do it again. R, U, R prime, U prime. Is it solved? Yes. And it created this part of the first layer. Next, we have a case where the white is not in the very top, it's in the last layer. So the white is facing any direction. It doesn't matter which direction. Excuse me. So like over here, that and this are the same case because they're both facing the top layer. So you're going to do the same thing. So you have orange and green. So turn the bottom 2 layers until you find the orange and green. Orange and blue, no. Orange and green. Yes. So now you're going to have to do those moves again. The sequence of moves. It makes sure it's on top of it. You might have to do it 5 or 6 times, but it depends. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. R, U, R prime, U prime. Is it solved? Yes. And it also created that first layer piece. So now we're going to look again. we have a piece right here, red and green. Why, how lucky are we? Because it's already where it needs to be. So you're going to do that algorithm again. R, U, R prime, U prime. Did it solve? No. So do it again. R, U, R prime, U prime. Is it solved? No. Do it again. R, U, R prime, U prime. Is it solved? No. Do it again. R, U, R prime, U prime. Is it solved? Nope. Do it again. R, U, R prime, U prime. Alright. Now it is solved. So, now we're going to look at one last case. Let's say that you have all of your corners, corners done, and you're looking in the top and very last layer, and you don't find any corners, and you're looking and you can't find it. Well, it might be in the first layer itself. So, look at the first layer. And we finally, oh, there it is. There we go. So, all you're going to do, now this one's already in its correct spot. It might not be. So, all you're going to do is alright, so if it's in the correct spot, you're going to go R, U, R prime, U prime. Solved? No. Do it again. R, U, R prime, U prime. R, U, R prime, U prime. Solved? Nope. Do it one last time. R, U, R prime, U prime, and your white face should be solved. Now, let's say the corner is in the bottom layer, but the colors do not match. So this is red and blue. Well, this is orange and blue. So to get it out of there, all you have to do is R, U, R prime, U prime to get it in the top, and then you'll move it over where it needs to go, and then keep on doing R, U, R prime, U prime until it solves. Alrighty, next step. So we have to get the second layer completed. So we already have our white side. We have our first layer and then our middle pieces. We need to get the second layer. So this is real easy. All you need to do is to look on these things called focus pieces. So the focus pieces are the edges, remember edges, around the yellow. Now, there is one rule though. The focus pieces are not allowed to be yellow. So, let's look. Is this a focus piece? Yes, but no, because it's yellow. Turn around. Is this a focus piece? Yes, and yes, because it's not yellow and it's right next to yellow. So we can use this. So you're going to be looking at the color facing you. So in this thing, it's red. So you're going to be turning it to the red. So the red matches the red. And then look at the top color. It's green. So is green to the left or to the right of red? To the right. So you're going to turn it opposite. So if it was to the right, you would turn the top layer left. And if it was to the left, you turn it right. But it's the right. So you're going to turn it left. And if you turn it left, then you're going to do the right-hand algorithm, I believe. Let me just double check. Yes, it's called the right-hand algorithm. So it is the same thing as R, U, R prime, U prime. So you're going to go R, U, R prime, U prime. But instead of continue doing it, you're going to turn the cube like this. And then do this sequence of moves that you need to know. L prime, U prime, L. To get that edge piece into its correct spot. Okay, so let's keep on looking. Look for another focus piece. So is this a focus piece? Yes, but no, because it's yellow. So keep on looking. Is this a focus piece? Yes, and yes, because it's right next to yellow and it doesn't have yellow. So, look at the color. It's orange. So you're going to turn it till it matches. Does it match? No. Does it match? No. Does it match? Yes. And then look at the color. So is blue to the right or to the left of orange? It's to the right. So you're going to turn the top layer left. So now you're going to do the right-hand algorithm. So R, U, R prime, U prime. Turn the cube and then go L prime, U prime, L. So, rewind. So, this is the second part of it. L prime, well, left counterclockwise, up counterclockwise, and then left. So that gets that in there. So now we're going to look for another focus piece. So now, oh, here's one. We have red and blue. So we're going to turn it till it matches. Good, it matches. So look at blue. Is blue to the left or to the right? It's to the left. So you're going to turn it right because you always turn it opposite. And then you're going to do the left-hand algorithm, which is L prime, U prime, L, U, turn the cube this way, R, U, R prime. So it's the same thing as the right-hand algorithm, except backwards. Okay, so let's go in extreme slow motion again. So if you're doing the left-hand algorithm, it's going So yeah. Alright, so now let's look for another one. We have a focus piece, but it's not because it's yellow. It's not because it's yellow. Not because it's yellow. And it's not because it's yellow. So, we don't have any focus pieces left, but if you look, the second layer still isn't complete. It's because the piece is flipped. So all you have to do to get it out of there is the right-hand algorithm. So you go R, U, R prime, U prime, flip, L prime, U prime, L. And then it takes it out of that spot, and then it should be somewhere. Good, so it's here. So you're going to match it up. And then you're going to look to the left or to the right. To the right. So you're going to turn it left, do the right-hand algorithm. R, U, R prime, U prime, L prime, U prime, L. And that should finish off your second layer. So now it's time to look at this yellow side. So you have the white and you have the second layer. Time to look at the yellow side. So we are going to be looking. So is there any places on here that are yellow? Yes, the yellow center. So if there is just one dot, repeat this algorithm. F, U, R, U prime, R prime, F. When you do that, it should add at least some edge pieces to give you another case. So this case is the line. So you're going to make sure it's running horizontal and do the same algorithm. F, U, R, U prime, R prime, F. And that should give you another shape, which is kind of the L, I think. So you're going to put it in the top left corner. You're going to do this algorithm again. F, U, R, U prime, R prime, F. And then it's going to bring you to another shape. This time, this is called the fishy. So we are going to look at the fishy. So instead of doing F, U, R, U prime, R prime, F prime, we're going to be doing something different, and it is called the soon. So this is the algorithm notation for the soon, but I have a, in my opinion, easier way of memorizing it. So you're going to be putting your fish facing the bottom left, and you're going to be going that soon. You're going, instead, I like to memorize it like this. Clock, because it's going clockwise. Clock, this is going clockwise. Clock, counterclockwise. Clock, clock. Flip, flip means two turns. You're going to turn that twice, and then counter, because it's counterclockwise. And then it gives you another fish. So you're going to put it in the bottom left corner like that. And do it again. Clock, clock, counter, clock, clock, flip, counter. And it should finish the outside, but there are more cases still. Let's say you have this thing called the cross, a yellow cross. it doesn't, well, I guess it doesn't matter where you hold it. You're going to be looking at the top layer. So if there are 2 yellow corners facing this way, you're going to put them on the left side so that they're like this. And then do the same algorithm. Clock, clock, counter, clock, clock, flip, counter. And then the fishy, you'll do it again. Some people faster. And usually it wouldn't solve the cube, but yeah. You might get a case where you have a crab. Well, I like to call it the crab because it looks like a crab. You're going to want it facing, I think it's like this, actually. Yeah, like this. And then you're going to do it again. Clock, clock, counter, clock, clock, flip, counter. And then, this is also another case. So, it reminds me of the turtle because it's a turtle. So, the turtle needs to be facing you. So it's going to be pointing towards you. And then do the same algorithm. Clock, clock, counter, clock, clock, flip, counter. And then you have the cross. You'll do it again. And once you get experience, you'll be really fast. Ooh, you have the turtle again. Face you. You have the fishy. Face the bottom left. Clock, clock, counter, clock, clock, flip, counter. You have another fishy, bottom left. Clock, clock, flip, counter. And then it should solve your yellow side. I think I covered all the cases, but if there's another case that I didn't cover, make sure to leave it in the comments because I'll fix it. The last step is getting the last layer. But you have to make 2 steps out of it because, I mean, if you'd use an advanced method, you could get it in 1 step, but most of you are probably beginners. So, what you're going to do is you're going to look at the sides. You need to find the most solved side. So, in our case, it'd be red because the whole side of red is solved. But if you don't have a most solved side, you can start on any side. But if you do have a most solved side, put it in the back. And I'm going to show you this algorithm. So it looks really scary at first, but trust me, it's not. And I have an easy way to help you memorize it. So make sure your most solved side's in the back and go counter, because you're turning counterclockwise. Counter, clock, because this is going clockwise. Counter. Then look at the back layer. And you go flip, means 2 times. And then you're turning this way clockwise. And then you're going to do counter, because it's counterclockwise. Counter, flip. And then turn this one, flip. And then, if you had a most solved side, it should look something like this. And if you didn't, then just do it again with the most solved side, and it'll be solved. So now we are in the final step, getting these edge pieces to align. So there is an algorithm that you will do, and I will show you it. This is the algorithm, but there's not a clock counter version of it, so it's easier to memorize visually. So, you're going to look for the most solved side again. And if you have one, you're going to put it in the back. I don't, so I'm going to start with any side. So let's do red. So if you have a most solved side, make sure it's in the back and do this. There's not a, just memorize it visually. Then finish off that turn. Now, if you didn't have a most solved side, look at it. Now I do. So I'm going to keep it in the back. And then you're going to do it again. And then it should solve. If it didn't, maybe do it one last time. But if you followed the instructions carefully and did it all right, it should end up in you solving your Rubik's Cube. Now, I do encourage you, after you master this method, to learn a method called CFOB, where instead of, here, let me show you a brief preview. Instead of giving the white daisy, you start off right off the bat, getting the white cross without doing the white daisy. Then, instead of getting the first layer and then second layer, you get them both at the same time. So I'll be done by orienting the corners. You just match up the corners, turn them in there. Sometimes it takes a little bit, but after some practice, you end up speed solving really fast. And then after you get that step, you move on. See how I got all these in the white side? Move on to this, the yellow side. There's 57 cases, I believe. I don't know all of them, so I have to substitute sometimes. I don't know this one, so I'll use the same way. There's a line. I don't know that one. There's a fishy. I know this one. You can solve it in one turn. And then, oh, it skipped the PLL is what it's called. But you look at it and you do one algorithm to solve the last part of the cube. So I encourage you, after you master this method, to move on to that, which would result in you getting sub 20 seconds. So let me know your record time in the comments. All right, bye.